class, 25 people in the room. We'll call it good. This is Math 215, Introduction to Statistics and Probability. I will be your tour guide. My name is Dr. Ed Loeb. If you have any need to call me by name, please call me some combination of Dr. Ed and Loeb. Not Sir, not Mr., not Mr. any of those words, but one of those three combinations. Let's see. This is the syllabus. I'll be handing these out to you next time. Unfortunately, the printer that I was using did not get all of it printed out correctly, so I had to start over. This is located on Blackboard. You'll find this under the syllabus section on Blackboard. If you want a hard copy before Friday, feel free to go ahead and print yourself out one. This lists all the important things that will take place in this class, as well as useful information that you'll want to keep track of. My name, my office, and my phone number are at the top there. My office is in Beach, down there, 212, second floor of Beach. For those of you that are not familiar with campus, it's the place all the science classes take place. It's down on the far northwest corner of campus, so you can't miss it. Class schedule, this is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. We meet from 10 to 10:50 in this room. I'm going to work on getting an additional table or two, as obviously there is not enough room for 25 people in here. Office hours. My office hours are posted there. I have around 9 office hours a week. These are times that I will be in my office to help you should you have any questions or concerns about the class at all. Sometimes my door will not be open, even though I have posted office hours. I'm still in there, and you're welcome to knock on the door and come in. However, if you stop by outside of any of these times and my office is not open, again, you're welcome to knock. I may not be available to help you at that time, but we can work on a time when you can stop by and get help. The room on this one, unfortunately, I had it incorrect as Dartmouth 206, but this is Dartmouth 207. Prerequisite stuff, yada, 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 yada. Textbook information. This is the textbook for this course. The bookstore, the online bookstore, has both hard copies and also ebooks. If you wanted to go with an electronic book, that's fine. No problem with that. There's obviously a drastic price difference between the two of them. If you like to have something hard and concrete to hold on to, go ahead and get the hard copy one. One word of warning, and this is more for your pocketbook than anything else. If all you're going to do is use this book for that, there's not really a purpose to buy the hard copy. Go ahead and buy the electronic book, save yourself about $100. All right? If the only thing you're going to use it for is to open it up and look at the homework problems, go with the ebook. All right? One thing you'll find is that this is your best set of notes for this class. Okay? You may need help translating what's in the book into something you can understand, and that's my job. I will be here to facilitate that. But the best notes that you can have for this class are right there in that book. So use it, open it, read it occasionally, do whatever you need to make sure that you're going to be successful in this class. Alright, course description. Again, this is the description of the course as listed in the college handbook. This class is an introduction to statistics and probability. We're going to learn, what is statistics? What is probability? Why is it important? What do we need to do to use this stuff effectively? Why do we want to use this stuff? You run into statistics every day of your life, and you need to be effective consumers on how to interpret that information as it comes to you. That's hopefully what you're going to get out of this class by the time we're done. Right? Something about every aspect of your life is in some way affected by statistics and probability. Okay? Course goals are listed here, sort of what the outcomes that you should look for by the time you're done with this class. Again, I encourage you to go through and read them. at your leisure. Alright, so the part of the policy and syllabus that everyone's interested in, what are you going to be graded on? What do you have to do to pass this class? Number one thing you have to do to pass this class is show up. Attendance is a huge part of this class. I realize that for many of you, a lot of the information in this class is going to be sort of, well, duh, you know. A lot of it's going to be that way, and you're going to ask yourself, why am I going to go to class today? It's just going to talk about the average or the mean. What's the purpose? Well, the purpose is looking at how to interpret that information in lots of different ways. What can you do with that information? And if you're not here to learn about that and to understand the kind of approaches that one should use with this material, it's going to be very hard for you to be successful on the tests and quizzes. Okay. I understand that there are things that may take you away from this class. You may have a sport, you may have an activity sponsored by the school, or some sort of other reason that takes you away from campus. And if that happens, please let me know. I can't help you if I don't know you're not going to be here. If you tell me, hey, I'm not going to be in class because my friend back home is sick and I got to go see him, let me know that so that I can either come up with some notes for you to take with you or to have when you come back. But if I don't know why you're gone, I'm not going to necessarily be able to go ahead and prepare anything for you. So let me know either by email, phone call, some way that you're not going to be here. If you miss too many classes, obviously your grade is probably going to suffer on the quizzes and tests, but there's also the opportunity, if you miss too many classes, I reserve the right to either withdraw you from the class or to lower your grade, depending on the number of absences. You miss more than 10 absences. Okay, this class only meets 3 days a week. There's only 15 weeks. It's 45 classes. You miss 10, you've missed over 20% of this class. There's a really long shot that you're going to do well by missing that many classes. Okay? So make sure that you're attending regularly. Homework. Homework is assigned every day. Now, being a math class of some type, you have to do homework in order to understand what's going on. To really be successful, you have to work problems. Now, you're going to look at the problems in the textbook a lot, and you're going to go, well, gosh, this problem's really stupid. Why do I have to do this? Well, you may think the problem's stupid, but it tests some important aspect of the material that I think you need to know. So, if you want a reason as to why you should do the homework, it's because I said so. There are lots of homework problems that will be assigned. I will not be collecting them for a grade. However, those homework problems are what I use when I create weekly quizzes. So when we have weekly quizzes, they'll take about 15 to 20 minutes. The problems that are on those typically come from the homework or problems very similar to the homework and or lecture. So you need to make sure that you've at least been exposed to these problems before so that you know sort of what to expect and what kind of questions you're going to be required to do in class. I encourage you to work with your friends, work with your neighbors, work with someone you don't like if you have to do the problems. It's good to work with someone else. It helps you understand what's going on, gives them an opportunity to explain to you if something's not coming through, you have a chance to explain to them if something's not coming through. If that's not working, feel free to email me, contact me, and I will be happy to help you out with any problems that you're having difficulties with. If you are working with someone else, don't just copy their work. That's not going to do you any good because you're not going to understand why they did what they did. You need to actively participate in the discussion of the homework. Quizzes. As I said, we will have weekly quizzes. Each week we do not have an in-class exam, we will have a quiz. Again, these will all be on Fridays. They'll typically take between 10 to 20 minutes to do. First 10 to 20 minutes of class on Friday will be for a quiz. If you show up with 15 minutes after class starts, you have 5 minutes to complete the quiz. Okay? Unless you have a valid reason for being late to class, you're only going to be given whatever time's left to complete the quiz. Okay? That doesn't mean that if you're going to be late, don't show up. Because if you don't show up and you don't have a really good reason, you're not going to have any time to do the quiz. You're going to get